morning, and welcome to everyone in the room and to the thousands of viewers that are joining us from around the world online today. I know it's early out there for those of you who are on the West Coast, and it's a very late night for those of you joining us from across the Pacific, but we are so thankful that you're here with us today. I'm Michael Oldenburg, Product Communication Lead here at DJI, and today we're going to talk about some incredible new products. In fact, some of you may have already seen a few images of these products. You might even know some of the features and the specs, but I can tell you that they don't compare to what you're about to see today. We believe that these products are going to inspire your creativity and open a whole new world of possibilities for drone technology, because that's what DJI is all about. Since our beginning 12 years ago, our mission has been to create aerial and handheld imaging technology that allows anyone to capture amazing images that were never possible before. And we make this groundbreaking technology accessible to anyone because it can do more than just take photos and videos. Like this one of K2, the second highest mountain summit in the world. It was shot last month by mountaineer and drone pilot Bartek Bargil with the DJI Mavic Pro. This image is absolutely incredible because it's shot at an altitude of 26,700 feet, where most humans have never been before. And it's well over the 16,000-foot altitude that Mavic Pro was designed to fly. While this image was making headlines around the world for its jaw-dropping perspective, another story was already developing. Another climber named Rick Allen had gone missing during a solo attempt to set a new route on nearby Broad Peak. Unable to find him, his fellow climbers thought he had died. But in fact, Rick had survived a 100-foot fall and spent nearly 36 hours hanging on to the side of the mountain, waiting and hoping to be rescued. Having just flown his Mavic to capture that image of K2, Bartek heard about Rick and used his DJI Mavic Pro to help find him. Here you can see footage from the drone as it approached the area where they thought Rick might be. The live view confirmed that Rick was alive, and the GPS coordinates from the drone helped emergency teams determine his exact location to plan a daring mountain rescue. Now, I'm happy to tell you that Rick survived, suffering not much more than a few cuts and a little bit of frostbite. And as amazing as it is, Rick's story of a drone being used to help save his life is not unique. In fact, we've been keeping track of how many people have been rescued with the help of a drone. We're at 144, with more being added every month. It's stories like these that fuel our passion for innovation, that push our teams to the limit when designing new drone technology. We've pushed relentlessly to create products that are easy to use, portable enough to go with you almost anywhere, and powerful enough to capture epic moments in stunning detail. That's why DJI drones and the Mavic Pro in particular have become essential tools alongside DSLR cameras in the gear bags of many of today's top content creators, including photographers, videographers, and journalists. And we're excited that you've joined us today to see the bigger picture. It was almost 2 years ago that we introduced Mavic Pro to the world as the world's first foldable camera drone. Its revolutionary design made it so small and portable that you could slip it into a camera bag and take it with you almost anywhere. And its powerful camera captured impressive photos and videos like these. Mavic Pro proved that, like the camera on your cell phone, the best flying camera is simply the one you can take everywhere. And it quickly became the world's #1 selling drone. But there's a funny thing about Mavic Pro. As the rest of the world was exploring all of the new creative possibilities that it created, our engineering team was already hard at work, thinking about how we could make it better. During this process, we asked content creators what they wanted most: a more versatile camera that broadens the variety of creative shots that can be captured. better flight performance to fly faster and longer, and an improved obstacle sensing system to let you focus more on capturing the perfect shot. Our R&D team went back to the drawing board, reviewing every element of Mavic Pro. It took us over 2 years, and along the way, we invested over half of our R&D team into the process. The ask was simple: improve everything about Mavic Pro. Make it fly better, faster, quieter. Make the camera do more, from the performance of the sensor to how it flies through the air. Enhance what you love about the original Mavic, and add new features that unleash more creativity. And to make this drone live up to the Mavic name as the ultimate drone for creators who want to capture something incredible using a tool they can fit in their bags. The Mavic Pro set a high standard for us, and in its next iteration, I believe we've created something truly special. Let's take a look.
Aí sim, agora começou a mostrar os dois Mavics e agora confirmando então o pessoal estava vazando aí pela internet, realmente são os dois aí, vocês estão vendo aí o primeiro voo.
This is the DJI Mavic 2 series. They come with your choice of 2 camera options, and they're the most technologically advanced consumer drones we've ever made. And they're optimized in every way to help you create stunning aerial photos and videos. When we reimagined our flagship drone, we started with the camera and the gimbal because we noticed 2 things. First, like the image behind me, the majority of aerial content is shot at dawn and dusk when lighting is most dramatic. This meant that the camera needed to be able to capture dynamic, often dimly lit scenes with more precision. And second, we noticed that the vast majority of aerial content today focuses on broad establishing shots like landscapes. To go beyond landscapes, you need a camera that's capable of emphasizing a specific subject. To address the first challenge, we created a more powerful camera. One with a sensor that gives superior performance across a variety of lighting conditions. Creating something this small that could fly on the airframe the size of Mavic 2 was an incredible design challenge. And to overcome it, we formed a very close partnership with one of the world's most respected camera manufacturers. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Pro. Mavic 2 Pro is the world's first drone with an integrated Hasselblad camera. And we're excited to have senior executives from Hasselblad here with us today. So thank you, John Deal and Diane DiVincenzo, for joining us for this historic moment in aerial imaging technology.
2.8 de 28 milímetros.
You won't find another drone of this size that shoots higher quality images. It has a 1-inch CMOS sensor that delivers detailed 20 megapixel photos with an adjustable aperture right from the track wheel on the remote from f2.8 to 11. It gives you the flexibility to capture great images in bright or dim lighting conditions so that you can shoot all day, especially at sunrise and sunset. It captures ultra-high definition 4K video and produces outstanding image quality with higher color depth, dynamic range, and resolution than any Mavic before it. And because it's a Hasselblad, you have access to their advanced color science. That means that you have access to the Hasselblad Natural Color Solution for improved color and tonality in your photos. For cinematographers, Mavic 2 Pro gives you an exceptional degree of latitude in post-production. It captures 10-bit D-Log M video with 4 times as many levels of color per channel when compared to the 8-bit video found on Mavic Pro, giving you more flexibility in post without degrading the image. It also captures HDR video and supports the hybrid log gamma HDR standard, letting you play video straight from the drone onto a compatible HLG monitor with higher dynamic range and better color performance without spending time on post-production grading. To solve the second challenge of moving beyond these establishing shots, we created a camera that allowed you to get close to the action, because you need to be able to fly low, to fly close, and at the same time, not disturb the subject. This is a challenge for any drone. And like a professional photographer who pulls out a long focus lens when they can't get close enough to the subject, now, so does your DJI drone. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Zoom. It's the world's first foldable consumer drone with optical zoom. With an equivalent 24 to 48 millimeter optical zoom, plus 2 times digital zoom, it gives you an effective 96 millimeter telephoto lens for 4K lossless zoom at full HD video resolution. And its 1/2.3 sensor captures 4K video and 12 megapixel photos. The result is that we have an entirely new tool for storytelling.
Pois é, eu não entendo, eles fazem um equipamento, fazem toda a tecnologia nova e colocam 12 megapixels.
But also compose a classic image, one with a clear subject, in front of a vast background like this one, with compression. This means the difference between a flat-looking aerial shot you've seen 1,000 times and being able to create using the cinematic language of Hollywood productions. Now for photographers, Mavic 2 Zoom lets you capture stunning landscapes, like this photo with a new feature we call super resolution. Super resolution automatically captures a gigantic 48 megapixel image of what you see in your 24 millimeter field of view. Using optical zoom, it shoots and stitches 9 photos together for an incredibly detailed image. All of the image processing and computational photography is done right on board the drone, so you don't have to spend time editing and stitching your photos at home. Across the Mavic 2 series, we've boosted their abilities to capture video as well. Each has a maximum bitrate of 100 megabits per second and can shoot using the new H.265 codec, meaning videos shot on Mavic 2 give you more flexibility and latitude in your post-production workflows. And your photos are going to stand out too, with Mavic 2's new enhanced dynamic range capabilities. Using eHDR, the drone takes a series of photos at different exposure levels, generating an image with high dynamic range that removes blown-out highlights and flat shadows. It delivers an incredible 13 stops of dynamic range for Mavic 2 Zoom and 14 stops for Mavic 2 Pro. And here, the results are absolutely stunning. This new feature is going to give you more ways to use Mavic 2 to capture professional quality images across a broad spectrum of lighting conditions. We couldn't be more proud of these 2 new cameras, because with Mavic 2 Zoom, we think having optical zoom at your fingertips is going to be a game changer, opening up new genres of aerial content. And Mavic 2 Pro's Hasselblad camera gives you the imaging power to create with more detail across a wider variety of lighting conditions than ever before. Back in 2012, when flying a camera was a new technique, the unique perspective a drone provided worked like a magic wand. Aerial images would automatically get a wow from anyone who saw them. 6 years later, with millions of camera drones out there and hours of aerial content created every day, it's much more difficult to impress. Content creators told us they want more magic. They want freedom, just like the Freedom Phantom offered, to move a camera anywhere in 3-dimensional space. So we asked ourselves, what could we do? What more could we offer? And we decided on the 4th dimension of time with a new feature called hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is a technique that for a long time only professionals could master. It requires movement of the camera with expensive equipment such as tracks and pods. And frequently, you're creating a shot that moves just a few feet. But with the help of a new algorithm and a more powerful onboard processor, Mavic 2 can capture aerial hyperlapses with a track length of not feet, but kilometers. And it processes the images into video literally on the fly. This feature is based on Mavic 2's ability to self-locate, estimate its attitude, and precisely track subjects. It's a big technological achievement and a huge creative achievement as well. Because now, producing a professional quality aerial hyperlapse is as easy as just one tap. We've created 4 hyperlapse modes: So you have creative freedom to capture the shot that's just the right look. Free, circle, course lock, and waypoint. With free mode, you have complete freedom to fly as you'd like. With circle, the drone automatically flies in a circular pattern around a subject you select to create a video that captures the action. And course lock keeps the camera fixed on your subject while the drone flies in a straight path to create a unique perspective. With waypoint, you can plan a flight path based on GPS coordinates and altitude to capture something incredibly complex, shots like this one. And for all of these modes, we're working to introduce a task library function that saves the flight plan for future shots, letting you create even more unique content, like that dramatic blending of day to night. Or this hyperlapse of a Manhattan skyline that was shot yesterday and came directly from the drone without any color grading or editing. This visual effect that was once reserved for professionals now belongs to everyone. Our next feature is a truly exciting addition to the full suite of quick-shot modes that DJI offers. For new content creators with limited drone flying experience, quick shots help you easily create smooth, powerful, cinematic camera moves. Just one tap sends the drone on a pre-programmed flight path while the drone automatically tracks the subject along the way. We've kept your favorites from Spark and Mavic Air, including Droney, Circle, Helix, Rocket, Boomerang, and Asteroid, and we've added one more. This new quick shot is amazing, and we created it specifically for Mavic 2 Zoom. You've seen it on the big screens in movies directed by some of the most iconic names in Hollywood, including Alfred Hitchcock, Steven Spielberg, and Martin Scorsese. It's an effect that's been used in the film industry for over 60 years, but it's been limited to those with access to professional camera gear. It's my favorite quick shot yet, and it's called Dolly Zoom. Dolly Zoom lets you bring an otherworldly warped perspective to your storytelling. With just one tap, the drone zooms in as it flies backward, keeping the subject the same size, while the full background of the scene is revealed. It adds suspense and drama to any story. With Dolly Zoom, Mavic 2 now has 7 quick shots to choose from, and we think you're going to love having all of them available at your fingertips. At the core of our intelligent features like hyperlapse and quick shots is our Active Track technology. Active Track uses complex algorithms, machine learning, computer vision, and artificial intelligence to identify and automatically follow a subject. And with Mavic 2, we gave Active Track even more power. Unlike Mavic Pro, which could only see tracked objects in 2 dimensions, Mavic 2 uses all 3 forward-facing cameras to see what's in front of it and create a 3D map. New trajectory algorithms analyze motion and predict your subject's paths up to 3 seconds in the future, so your subject stays in the frame even if it momentarily goes behind an object like a tree. And it can keep pace with fast-moving action scenes as well. Now, Active Track can track subjects moving as fast as the drone can fly, making this car chase possible to film entirely using Active Track.
Então ele consegue calcular o tempo de perda
to help you broaden your creative
e
language for
consegue
visual
recuperar e
storytelling.
seguir o
Whether you're using
objeto.
hyperlapse to capture the passing of
Isso aí vai
time,
ser legal.
quick shots to help you capture a cinematic effect, or using Active Track to keep your camera locked on the subject. It serves a larger goal. It's the goal we set for everything we did with Mavic 2, and that's giving you the tools and the confidence to make your creative vision a reality. When we asked photographers what they wanted most from a drone other than a new
Eu
camera
queria ver o
and more
controle dele,
intelligent features,
que eles não
the
mostraram
simple
até
answer
agora,
was,
né,
make it as close to a DSLR as you
o
possibly
controle
can.
dele e os
That is
acessórios.
to allow them to focus on composing the shot without worrying like things like battery power, flight time, obstacle collisions, and to have a sharp and reliable preview of the shot just like the DSLR in their hand. I have to admit, this is a challenge for our R&D team. Along the journey in creating Mavic 2, countless prototypes were made and evaluated. The result is a new drone that's been optimized in every way. It flies longer, faster, and quieter, all in the same shape as the Mavic's iconic folding design. Like Mavic Pro, it's almost the same size as a water bottle, letting you slip it in your backpack or camera bag to take it anywhere. Its redesigned, more aerodynamic airframe reduces body drag by up to 19% compared to Mavic Pro. The propellers have a raked wingtip design that improves efficiency and reduces noise, and we've added more powerful motors. They're some of the quietest we've ever created. Advanced electronic speed controllers use sine wave current to create maximum torque with minimal noise. This is a huge advancement for drone technology, and these innovations make Mavic 2 one of the quietest, most power-efficient drones of its size. These innovations deliver a record-breaking flight time of up to 31 minutes. Every single minute is one more minute for you to carefully compose your image
Agora eles
or
fizeram
fly your
motor com
path again for
máxima
better timing.
performance e menos
And because
barulho
Mavic 2 is
possível.
significantly
Vamos ver
quieter,
como é
you
que vai
can
ser.
get closer to your subject like this polar
O
bear
barulho do
without causing a
motor dos
disturbance.
drones não é tão forte, só quando
This means you can
coloca
also
a
fly at
hélice
speeds of up to 44
é
miles
que
an
aumenta o
hour, helping you
barulho.
push
O
through a
barulho em
strong
si
headwind or keep
não é
up with
tão
the
alto
fast-moving action
sem a
scene.
hélice.
In addition to faster, more efficient performance,
A
Mavic
velocidade
2 gives you the
dele
highest quality live view of any DJI drone. To do it, we created a brand new transmission system called
na ficha que
Aqui,
chegando a 70 e
It switches automatically between 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz frequencies to give you better interference resistance. And we've optimized performance by separating the uplink and downlink signals. And now they work on different frequencies, making this the most reliable transmission system we've ever developed. And even here, Mavic 2 offers important
Agora
new
sim vai mostrar o
improvements for
controle.
visual creators. The live view image displays at full 1080p resolution at distances of up to 5 miles versus 1.25 with Mavic Pro. But it's not really about the distance. The stronger system means that the drone can maintain a strong link even when its environment is jammed by
5
Wi-Fi
milhas
and
dá
other
8
electronic
km,046.
devices. Original resolution photos are also saved directly to your mobile device, letting you immediately share what you create without the extra step of transferring files from the drone or fussing with an SD card. And just like Mavic Air, the days of forgetting to put your SD card in the drone, or worse, leaving it at home, are a thing of the past. Mavic 2 has 8 gigabytes of onboard storage with additional capacity
Aí
using a
vai ficar
removable
igual
SD card.
o Mavic Air,
As with
agora ele
all
está com
DJI
8 GB
drones,
de
you have
memória
total
interna.
control over how you store
Então é
and
bom que
manage
se
your data using our
ficar sem
secure
cartão,
products.
ele tem ainda 8 GB
These
ainda.
design improvements and the new OcuSync 2.0 transmission system make Mavic 2 one of the fastest, quietest, and most reliable drones we've ever created, giving you confidence you'll be able to get the shot when it matters most. But the performance improvements of Mavic 2 don't stop there. It's also our smartest and safest drone yet. Its flight autonomy system has the most cameras and sensors we've ever created and built into a drone. Mavic 2 has stereo vision obstacle sensing in the front,
da
bottom, and back,
do drone, a
and a
segurança que
time
ele
of flight
transmite.
sensor on the top will help it from ascending into an object
Você viu os
above.
sensores?
While using Active Track, a pair of brand new side obstacle avoidance sensors are engaged, increasing the drone's ability to sense its environment in more directions. These side obstacle sensors are also engaged in tripod mode. Together, the 10 sensors on Mavic 2 feed its flight autonomy system an unprecedented level of data that's processed in real time to better sense the environment around it. Now, with longer downfield front and rear sensors, we've also been able to improve Mavic 2's advanced pilot assistance system, a feature first introduced on Mavic Air. APAS uses its onboard sensors to automatically pilot the drone around obstacles so you don't lose the shot. With better sensors and algorithms, it can plot several possible paths around an object for smoother
Estava
flight
falando pouco
performance.
dos sensores, né? Sensores
This
laterais,
powerful
etc.
combination of sensors and tracking technology deliver autonomous flight capabilities that give you an entirely new way to approach your shots with even more confidence
Aí
in
agora eles
complex terrain.
melhoraram
And at the end of your flight, when it comes time to land, our vision positioning system now includes a downward-facing LED light that turns on automatically to illuminate the landing area. This ensures high-precision landings, even in low-light situations like at sunset. Mavic 2 will also leverage our Geo system, a technology that DJI
A
pioneered
outra
to
opção que
educate
passou ali
pilots about their
falando um
flight
pouco
environment.
das luzes para
Using
baixo, não
geo,
deu para entender
pilots
direito.
receive location-based notifications about where flight is limited due to regulations or safety concerns, and to automatically help keep drones away from sensitive locations like airports. In addition, our geo system incorporates critical updates on temporary flight restrictions, such as where wildfires are happening. From takeoff to landing, Mavic 2 is the safest and smartest DJI drone you can get.
Falando um pouco do
Simply
posicionamento,
put,
né,
the Mavic 2
do
series
mapa
with its
dele.
Pro and Zoom editions are the best aerial imaging products we've ever created in the consumer drone category. They're a marvel of modern engineering.
E agora a gente escolheu
In the
né, o
coming
Mavic
weeks, you're going to
Pro
see breathtaking images and videos captured by Mavic 2 that would not have
ou
been
Zoom.
possible without all of the creative technology that we've packed into them. Even better, you are going to create those images and videos. Mavic 2 Zoom and Mavic 2 Pro will give you new ways to capture inspiring photos and videos with their brand new cameras. They make creating sophisticated cinematic content easy with intelligent flight modes like hyperlapse, dolly zoom, and active track. And with OcuSync 2.0 plus 11 cameras and sensors helping the drone map and sense its environment, it's the safest and smartest drone we've ever created. Now, to tell you more about his real-world experience using it, I'd like to invite up one of the world's most renowned adventure photographers and videographers. He's a professional climber, mountaineer,
Eles
and
focam
skier,
muito no
and he just spent a couple of weeks
desenvolvimento
in
do
Greenland
drone para
putting
o
Mavic
pessoal
2
de
to the test.
fotografia e filmagem.
Please
É
join
claro
me
que
in welcoming Jimmy
os
Chin to the
robistas
stage.
entram
Jimmy?
no meio, que todo mundo que compra um drone para trabalhar também vai brincar com o drone, né?
Good job. Hi, good morning. Thank you, Michael. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here, talk about the new Mavic 2. I was one of the few very lucky people to get to field test this piece of equipment. So today I was
Esse
going
cara, ele é
to
alpinista,
talk a little bit about
fotógrafo e
my background as a
faz
professional climber,
filmagens, né?
skier, photographer, and filmmaker, and also share some of my thoughts about the Mavic 2 from an end user's point of view. So I grew up in Mankato, Minnesota, which is not exactly a hotbed for high-altitude alpinists. First generation Chinese, my parents were from China. They had very simple expectations for me. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, or go into finance, you know. So when I moved to Yosemite and became a climbing bum and lived out of my car for 7 years, they were mortified. And I would call my sister and say, hey, how are mom and dad doing? And she would say, Mom just keeps repeating, I raised a homeless man. But since that time, I spent the last 20 years exploring the world, putting together kind of cutting-edge expeditions, really to all 7 continents. And I started shooting, and
Ele está falando das experiências dele como
some
alpinista,
photos
né?
from an expedition where we skied Everest. I wish I had a drone at that time.
Fotografias, etc.
I didn't. What I have been doing as a photographer and a filmmaker really spans the whole spectrum. I think I might be the ultimate end user for this Mavic 2 because, you know, I've been shooting for the Geographic for 15 years, editorial, the Times Magazine, Vanity Fair, all the way to commercial clients like the North Face and Apple and so on and so forth. As a filmmaker, I work on nonfiction documentary to branded content to big budget commercials for Chase Bank. So really, the work that I do spans a lot of space.
Na
I
verdade,
would
ele é
say I'm really a
cineasta, né?
visual storyteller, and a big part of my job is to bring a new perspective, whether that's visually or narratively. A few years ago, I made a film called
Esse tipo de
Mirror.
gente, ele
It was a
vai
theatrical
falar muito bem
release,
sobre
national.
a qualidade da
It
filmagem, da
won the Audience
fotografia.
Award at Sundance,
Então ele está
and
falando bem ali
we
do
spent
equipamento, né, da
years making this film. And these
luminosidade,
photos are
etc.
from that film where, we were shooting on slope. In the process of making the film, I realized that I really needed a different perspective. We didn't have a drone at that time, and I
Falando das
spent,
diferentes
you don't even want to know how much money I spent
perspectivas das
on
fotos, né,
CGI
os ângulos,
to
etc.
create the shots I needed to give this climb context and the mountain scale. Since that time, I started shooting with a drone, both photography and film. So this spring, when DJI called me and said, hey, we'd love for you to field test this new drone we have, I thought, well, where should I take them? They said, we want you to go someplace very extreme. We really want to test the capacity for this drone. So I thought about Greenland. I've been wanting to go there for 20 years. It's probably one of the last, really significant remote areas I hadn't been to. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity. And Greenland is kind of this mystical place. It's ocean, it's icebergs, it's big mountains, and the conditions are very extreme. Tons of wind, very cold, huge temperature gradients,
mesmo com as condições
salt water,
extremas,
all
né?
these things that aren't
Consegue
great for
fazer essas
technology.
imagens, então.
So we decided to head
Também os
to
locais que
Greenland.
ele está mostrando aí
I
também,
put together a really
brincadeira, né?
great team of climbers and skiers.
Vou mostrar também um pouco de
folks from
cidade,
DJI,
das
and
coisas
we headed
normais do
out.
dia a dia, que são
And
o que
as a professional
a maioria
skier
dos
or
usuários
climber, we're
vão
out
utilizar
to
o
do
drone para
first
isso, né? A
ascents
gente não
or
vai
first descents. So climb things that haven't
em
been
locais
climbed
tão
before,
extremos assim.
ski things that haven't been skied before. And
Mas aí é
Greenland
bom que a
has
gente vê um
tons of
pouco a
unskied lines
qualidade,
like
né,
this one,
da
just kind
imagem.
of shooting out of the ocean.
Mas
So we would travel by boat through
deveriam
these
focar um
fjords,
pouco também
and here we are
em mostrar as
approaching
coisas do dia a dia, né?
one of the big couloirs.
Mas muito boa a imagem em si. É claro
This is a
que
perfect
também tem
example. I shot this image on slope,
tratamento da imagem. Ninguém
and
vai
then we got this
tirar
image,
foto e filmar
which
e vai
totally
fazer ela
changes
crua, vai
the
trabalhar na
scale of what
imagem,
we're
mas dá para se
That's
ver a
why I
alta
love
qualidade
using drones.
da imagem
And it's really important
dessas
for me
novas
to be able to
câmeras,
show
que é o que se espera
scale
de um
and
equipamento
context.
novo também, né?
The other thing about trips like this is that I need reliable equipment. These are places that I can't go back to and reshoot. It has to happen at that time, and it has to happen when I'm there. The cold here, I mean, in the evenings was probably 0 degrees. Very, very cold and very windy. And so this was an awesome place to test the Mavic 2. So very reliable, that is really critical. Every piece of equipment for me is very, very important. We literally cut the tags off our jackets to save weight. We cut our toothbrushes in half to save weight. It's surprising how well you can actually brush your teeth with half a toothbrush, but as you can imagine, carrying every piece of equipment, we calculate very carefully. So the portability of this and the weight is amazing for me, because being able to shoot that quality footage and get photos of that quality is really, really important. I think Mavic 2 has a new 1-inch sensor that has a 20 megapixel image, and obviously able to shoot 4K. I literally can use this now on commercial productions. The other part, probably one of the other really important key features is on the Mavic 2 Zoom, which I believe is the first consumer drone that has an optical zoom, and it allows me to shoot parallax footage that normally I used to have to use a $500,000 Cineflex system on a helicopter. It costs 25, 30 grand a day to operate something like that. And now we can do it with a drone that I can carry in my pack, which is amazing. I was
Tá bom, nós
so
já
blown
vimos
away
muita fotografia,
by
muito
what we got out
bacana,
of this
configuração legal,
drone, and here is going to
mas
be a little piece that
devia
we
mostrar
shot while we were in
filmagens também,
Greenland.
né?
I was once told that there's two great risks in life: risking too much and risking too little.
Muito bem, parece que ele me ouviu, né?
In the game of ski mountaineering, you know, you're kind of always trying to find that edge. When you're starting to push yourself,
Em local desse, branco desse
higher
jeito,
risk terrain,
com sol,
higher consequences.
equipamento desse, é
You
claro
have
que a
to be
imagem
able
vai
to
ficar
make good
bonita.
decisions in the mountains, and there's a ton of variables. Different weather patterns, rain, snow, avalanche conditions, looking at the objectives, understanding your abilities. You're all amped up after skiing a big line and don't want to sleep. Before you know it, it's like 1 in the morning and you're still totally wired.
Eu até
I'm
agora
Jimmy
não
Chin,
entendo por que a
and I'm a
DJI
photographer, filmmaker.
não fez câmeras também
The greatest
fotográficas
thing about the skiing and the climbing
e
and the
filmadoras
photography and the
de mão,
filmmaking
que já tem
is
o
that
ótimo,
they've
né?
been
Mas
incredible
câmeras mesmo para
vehicles
competir
to
com as outras
drive
marcas.
my exploration of the world. They give reason, they give purpose to what I do.
A gente está vendo agora o voo do novo Mavic.
Cool. Thank you.
É isso aí.
Thank you again, Jimmy. It's incredible to hear how a top pro like
Jimmy
Jimmy
é
has already
referência
used
em
Mavic 2 to
fotografia
capture some
e
stunning scenes. And I
filmagem.
think I have to add Greenland
Cineasta, fotógrafo e
to my
alpinista.
list of top travel destinations. It was just incredible. I'm so excited about the Mavic 2 series. As Jimmy showed us, these new drones are going to empower you to capture creative perspectives in entirely new ways. And they come with some great accessories to help make your flying experience even better. I'm happy to tell you that we've unbundled what was previously known as the Fly More combo. Now, at any time, you can decide to buy the Fly More kit. It includes 2 additional batteries, a multi-battery charging hub, a car charger, extra propellers, and a travel bag to hold it all. Available for $319, saving you $145 if you had purchased all those accessories separately. And for additional protection, we're making DJI Care Refresh available for Mavic 2 as well. DJI Care Refresh offers a comprehensive warranty program, and it provides up to 2 replacements for a small additional charge, giving you more peace of mind every time you fly. And in the coming months, our customer service team will introduce a gimbal and camera replacement service so that you can switch the camera on the drone without having to buy an entirely new one. And for the first time, we're introducing DJI Trade Up, a technology trade-in program that lets you exchange used DJI gear and other electronics to receive credit in the DJI online store toward a new purchase. This program is available in the United States and China, and it's the perfect incentive for current DJI users to upgrade your gear. Now, for the information I know you've all been waiting for. Both of these products and their accessories will be available on DJI.com and from authorized DJI resellers around the world. Mavic 2 Zoom will retail for $1,249. Mavic 2 Pro for $1,449. Now, for those of you who are following the headlines leading up to today's event, I want to thank you for your excitement and most importantly, your patience. I'm excited to tell you that you won't have to wait long to get your Mavic 2, because we've used this extra time to make it available now. If you purchase on DJI.com, Mavic 2 will ship right away. It's a first for DJI, and we hope it was worth the wait. We're incredibly excited about these products. We can't wait for you to get them in the air and see what you create. As with many of our products, they're used in positive ways that we could have never imagined. To save lives in some of the harshest environments known to man, to strengthen conservation and research efforts across the globe, and to perform industrial work like inspections. DJI's technology has enabled a new kind of work around the globe that has created companies and added thousands of new jobs. In fact, the FAA estimates that there's over 100,000 commercial drone pilots in the US alone. And based on what we see in other markets, we can safely say that there's hundreds of thousands of commercial drone pilots around the world using drone technology for work. This thriving ecosystem is one to watch, and we'll be celebrating it at our annual commercial drone conference called Airworks later this year. So if you use your DJI drone for work and you want to learn more about this industry, I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to end by showing a short video. All of the footage was shot on Mavic 2, and it's absolutely breathtaking. We hope it inspires you to create in new ways and to see the bigger picture. And for those of you here with us today in Brooklyn after this video is done, I invite you to come next door where you'll be able to get hands-on
não só essas fotos, filmagens que isso a gente está vendo aí, mas isso é no dia a dia, na hora de comprar, na hora de pegar um drone que você vai ver. Mas o resto dos equipamentos, né, o controle, etc.
We cast these images into the cosmos. If another intelligent civilization intercepts this and understands us, here is our message. This is a present from a small, distant world. A world painted with majestic waters, large forests, and indescribable landforms.
Chega a mostrar a própria imagem, não do telão.
A world possessing an existential wealth beyond comprehension, rich with the gift of life. Floating amidst the cosmic void, this pale blue dot is but a canvas to our imagination. In a quest for understanding, we reach beyond our capabilities. We explore, we build, we find that which cannot be and make it so. Centuries pass, our science, culture, and art evolve, our very existence elevated from the ashes of ambition.
Agora mesmo mostrando só as imagens aí, fazendo a demonstração da filmagem, mas então tá lançado oficialmente o Mavic
and this is where we are.
Pro 2.
As empires rise and fall, we are attempting to survive our time so we may live into yours.
Agora começa as empresas fazerem altos descontos dos drones com o Mavic Pro, Phantom, etc. Por isso que vão começar agora a ter essas megas promoções aí, porque agora vai ser a hora de desovar, né, o estoque e esperar um novo Mavic. Então estão aí o lançamento oficial, acompanhamos aí juntos. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Foi em inglês, mas o principal a gente viu aí. Então fica agora essa expectativa agora de chegar no mercado para a gente, e igual eu conversei já com algumas empresas e algumas distribuidoras, a DJI agora começa a pegar os pedidos, né, após o lançamento, e em torno de 60, 90 dias a gente começa a ver aí os equipamentos. Quem trouxer lá dos Estados Unidos ou da China, é lógico, vai chegar em primeira mão, mas nos meios normais aí vai demorar um pouquinho, né? Então é isso aí. Acompanhamos aí então o lançamento dos novos drones. Espero que vocês tenham acompanhado aí, gostado aí, e até a próxima, que a gente vai melhorando a live, colocando alguns convidados e preparando algumas coisas a mais aí. Obrigado para quem assistiu aí o vídeo aí, deixa um like aí e até a próxima. Um abraço, tchau, tchau.